Alright, so today we're going to go ahead and show you how to optimize your site by using the tools provided in the search engine optimization section. So first things first, we're going to want to go ahead and log into our administrator area. What we're going to do today is we're going to go over to the marketing section. In the marketing section, you see you have tons of tools here. All kinds of stuff going on. Last time we went over social sharing. We went over promotions and promo codes. This time we're going to go to search engine optimization. From the search engine optimization link, it takes you to the related page. As you can see here, ours is still pretty much exactly how it was, meaning blank. So let's just go through each field. First and foremost, this is the most important section here. This is the primary SEO settings for your page as a whole. So for us, we're going to actually replace site title with Pinnacle Cart. And this is just for our cart, so in that field you actually want to input what you would like to see display up on the tab that you're currently using on your internet browser, meaning what displays across the top part of your screen. So we've inputted Pinnacle Cart for ours because that's what we wanted to say. Next you're going to do a real small and to the point meta description. My recommendation here is usually keep it 120 characters or less. That way you have a better chance of populating in search. So here we're going to keep it real simple and to the point. This is a test sample of how to enable proper SEO settings for your cart. And just by default, anytime I change a field, I always like to click save just in case I lose my browser page or anything like that. The information that you've touched on so far is in place. You saw that was successful. So now we're going to go ahead and move down to the next area. So we always want to have this enabled. Enable search engine friendly URLs. That means the URLs provided that auto-populate in the cart actually get shortened down and flattened out so that the metadata crawler spiders all can pick up on your store's settings a lot faster than if you had an elongated URL. So we always keep that one enabled. This one, I primarily don't use this one too much, but it is a good one, good tool to have in place. Use lowercase letters in your URLs. So that being said, I mean, without that button enabled, you have the ability to have capitals and lowercase letters in your URLs. That's the main reason why I don't use it, because a lot of my URLs that are generated by my cart are based off of the category names, which you can see have uppercase letters, and page names, manufacturers, so on and so forth, and your products may have capital letters in them as well. So I usually don't enable that because of that auto generation down here. But to ensure that the meta titles and descriptions are going to auto-populate and generate for you based on the product, category, and page information that you input on the other end of your store, you would want to enable that radio toggle there. And like I said, every time we hit a section, just click save. And we're going to just go scroll down here. So this is basically your standardized templates of how the cart auto-populates your URL structure for said page that you may be on. You can always get more information on these sections by simply just hovering over these, and it shows you how the variables are placed. So basically how it goes is category name, onto page number. If you have manufacturers involved, it would incorporate their name and SKU, and then that page number. But typically this is how the output goes. So it would go your domain / the category / the product name, which would then in turn lead you to the actual product page itself. So as you can see, this is already in there, and it auto-populates using our systems that are already in place. So we don't really have to worry about that too much unless you're into customizing your URLs, which isn't really recommended because then you have to constantly go back and update those customized URLs as your categories and products change. So I highly recommend just keeping it on auto-generate. That way it's just easier moving forward. So htaccess overrides is actually a pretty in-depth section. So what we've done in this knowledge base article is we've actually provided a link that gives you more information on htaccess, the bits of code that you can enter in there. So you could allow and deny certain IP addresses, certain websites. You could tell them, certain websites can't get me at this times. You block IP addresses, so on and so forth. So you can find all of that information by clicking that link that we provided in this knowledge base article. So I'll flip back over to Pinnacle Cart. The next section I want to show you is actually the robots.txt section. So basically this is the section where you specifically can depict which things you would like to allow and deny to read the meta information for your store. So say you're on a plan where you have a limited amount of disk space or traffic usage, and you go into your resource monitor and you notice that, say, the MSN bot or the Yahoo bot or the Google bot are constantly crawling your page, taking up all of your traffic resources. So in here, you would simply want to disallow MSN bots. And for more information on that, you can always click on the link provided in this knowledge base article outside of this video for information on how to format what goes into your robots.txt file. So let's move down a bit. And as you can see, it starts listing off each individual page that you have already associated in your cart. And it does this for a very specific reason. Even though we enabled the auto generation above, we still want to go through each one of these sections and give it a title and a description, just like we did up here, except down here these ones are specific to this page that we're looking at. So when people go to your search page, you want to give it a title to display up at the top on the tab for the browser. So for my search page, I usually like to just type search our store. Real simple, real basic, no worries, no hassles. In here, this page is customer centric and is solely used for searching our store's catalog and products associated. So I got my point across very directly, maintaining that 120 characters or less rule of thumb. So, like I said, click save anytime you make a change, just to ensure you don't lose any data along the way, say if your computer crashes or anything like that. So we've already done the search page. So then we're going to go on to another one. This will be the testimonials page. So say you've been in business for a little while, you end up coming over to Pinnacle Cart, or you've been in business with Pinnacle Cart for quite some time, and you actually have various amounts of feedback coming from your customers or your buyers, or even your manufacturers, your wholesalers, whoever that may be. So this is going to be the page where all of that information is going to be displayed upon your entry. So you're definitely going to want to put some information in here as far as meta information. So here it's going to be testimonials from our users. And in here, same thing as we did above, just be direct to the point, maintaining less than 120 characters, and you should be good to go on that section. So I'm just going to type in real quick here. This area allows our potential customers to review feedback from our current / previous customers. Short and to the point, following the 120 character or less rule, no worries. Click save. And then you would just do that same exact process for each and every page. And I say every with emphasis for a reason, because if these are left blank, nothing will display at the top of the browser. And when I say top of the browser, I don't mean in the address bar. I mean the actual name on the tab. So you'll see the only one that I'm not able to open up would be international, because I don't have my cart set to sell international. So that'd be the only one I wouldn't be able to make any modifications to unless I went over into my language file and allowed international by adding additional countries. So this is honestly, the password reset page is one of the most visited for registered users. So this would be one to definitely include, as well as the cart page. This is their actual checkout page meta information. So what I'd like to do on this one is put the name of your store, Pinnacle Cart Checkout. Nice and simple, and it will display perfectly at the top of your browser. And just do the same bit of information in here as far as the meta description. Say something along the lines of, this page is primarily for our customers to help them through their checkout process. Nice and easy. The other two clutch ones here would be the subscribe and unsubscribe. Those are going to be the ones that your users visit your page and they wanted to subscribe to your newsletter or create an account with you. This is where it's going to be pulling up with this information here. So you want to be as user friendly as possible in these sections here. So my subscribe page on mine, I usually like to type, welcome to the club, exclamation. Because you want to make it a very user-friendly environment. That way, you know, it in turn lowers your bounce rate if you're viewing your analytics. Because you know you're engaging your customers, you're providing warm and happy information to them for your pages, thus gaining their trust and interest at the same time. Keeping them engaged on your page is a very, very important thing to have in place, because if you just have a great looking page with no search engine optimization set up properly or none at all, 9 out of 10 times they're going to visit your page and then they're going to leave because it will look incomplete. So we've went through those. The only other one that you really should give a great meta description and page title to would be the gift certificate one, because A, it's going to show up on the tab, obviously with the title, and then the description is going to be able to help the buyer actually be interested